falling apart when you're so far. You're the only thing that I can't lose. I can't lose. You filled in the cracks, didn't know I had. Melting my heart from the broken glass. Now in every part of me, it's you. And I don't want nobody else closer than you, closer than you. I can't let in someone else closer than you, closer than you.
sliding. I'm hippie with my women, I'm residing. Call me to your payment, I'm sliding. I'm on first things first, let me get that introduction. We all know long road to self-destruction. Do something in love, you want to tell me nothing. Let me get this clear, 'cause I had no idea. I did too much, I feel like I did too much. Let's get naughty, yeah, I need all y'all. I feel like I did too much, I feel like I did too much. Yeah, let's party, yeah, I need all y'all.
Right, we're live.
Good evening, everyone who is tuned in to round 2 of the SimZone Santex Energy Clio Cup race. Here it is. It seems to be a very wet morning here at the Red Bull Ring in Austria. I believe it is 3 AM in game, and it is light rain. Now, I wouldn't really call this light rain, but the game thinks it's light rain. I am Green Pies, or Killian. I'm currently by myself. Hopefully at some point I'll have Nikki joining me. But yes, I will just quickly run you through the format of how this is happening. I'll just pull this up quickly. Clio Cup race info, as we just ride on board here with Melted Dazzler, who is currently setting the fastest lap times here in this practice session. So there will be 3 races here. in this format of the Clio Cup. 10-minute practice, which we're currently on right now, which is at 3 a.m. in the rain. Then the race, which was set by last week's race standings, I believe it was, will be light rain, thunderstorm at 4 a.m. and I'll run you through that grid order whenever they're doing their formation lap. Then after this race, there will be another practice. I believe it's another 5 or 10 minute practice at 5 a.m. in the dry, and then race 2 will be a random grid order, and that will be another dry race, and then the final race and the longest race will be done by qualifying, and there will be a mandatory pit stop in that. So yeah, we saw last week that Unorthodox, this man here in the number 16 car, was extremely fast but also extremely unlucky. Another man that was extremely fast and really unlucky is this man, the only G, as we just see. Is that as I'm saying, Dan is extremely lucky. He actually spins it, excuse me, on the final corner. So the commentator's curse already coming into effect. We'll just ride on board here with the only G as he goes around on a fast lap. I was talking to him before I went live off air, and he was saying through these corners is extremely understeer. You can just see how wet the track is, and I'm not sure if you could pick it up on the stream, but left hand side of that corner, that left hander, is that puddle there will kill you so quickly. So that is going to be interesting to watch how they go through that corner, because these guys are extremely close racers. If you watched last week's race, if not, I 100% recommend you go back and watch last week's race at Monza Short in the Clio Cups. They just, with the way that the cars are built aerodynamically, the draft is so strong in these cars, and the Only G is currently getting such a strong draft off McGlenn, who I believe that was in front of him in the purple car. And yes, I was correct, McGlenn in the purple car. We'll ride on board an Orthodox here who's getting a lovely draft there. I believe that's not John Boy, is it? No, it's not. I believe it might be Melted Dazzler. No, it's not. I still need to learn these cars, but there is a few stand-ins tonight. There is, now I need to find some of the stand-ins. Charlie, I believe he is a stand-in. I don't remember him from last week. There is Ron. I'm not going to try and pronounce his full name. I'm just going to call him Ron, who is also a stand-in. And there is, I'm just going to call this guy Bubbles. So we've got 3 stand-ins because 3 drivers couldn't make it. So these 3 drivers are making their the SimZone debuts here in the Clio Cup at Austria, I believe. They could have raced in other leagues or in other parts of the league, but I just haven't noticed. I don't recognize any of their names, so I'm just going to assume it's their debut. So currently Melted Dazzler setting the fastest lap time here at a 1 minute flat, basically. Yeah, froze for a second there. At a 1 minute flat. So I mean, them doing this short Austria layout is about 3 seconds faster than doing the full Austria layout in the F1 cars. And as we just see 2 cars there, I'm not sure who that was. Oh, as we just pop onto Craig as he's turned into a Beyblade quickly. But yeah, cars struggling to go through turn 1 together. So that's going to be interesting whenever we get into the race. The race start will be very interesting. Well, they're all bunched up together. Let's watch on board here with Charlie. Let's just sit in the cockpit. Let's just embrace and just see what these guys see. As I'll just quickly read some of the comments. Thomas saying, go guys. I'm guessing that is Chef, because he has Chef at the end of his name. And then Jan, also known as The Wall, saying go McGlenn, go G, and Dan. So big support there from The Wall. So yes, and whilst we're in this final minute and 20 seconds, I'm going to quickly, because I can, I'm going to quickly thank our, not our sponsors, well, our sponsor is SanX Energy, I'll come to them later. I'm going to quickly thank our patrons. In the subzone, we have ESR Chef, who just sent that comment in. We've got XmecOnline, we've got Ratchet17, we've got Delore7, and we've got XandaFlanda. I'm kind of figuring out how to say that guy's name. In the Zone Expert, we've got MotoringMorgan, Camber, Road Racing is Life, Duke Martin, Mark Afford, and Valeside Racing. And in the Zone Master, we have got The Wall, Windsor, Kenny, 2020-21, and The Lazy Camel. So those are all our lovely patrons who just help support the SimZone so much. But yes, as we're just coming into this final 30 seconds of practice, Melted Dazzler still setting the fastest lap times, with Falguest in second place in hot pursuit. He's not going to have the best draft, but I believe... Oh, wait, no, sorry, no. He's going to have a great draft. I recant what I said, as he is in that number 17 car. But he seemed to have lost a lot of pace to Grandad's D. I believe that is in front of him. It is Grandad's D. But yeah, he seems to have lost a lot of pace to him going through turn 1. So I wonder, is that Felguest's weak point? As J Palm is saying, hello guys and good luck all. I think these drivers are definitely going to need all of the luck out there, seeing as how we've seen some of the best drivers in the SimZone Clio Cups have huge incidences, such as the G, who is involved in 2 big turn 1 crashes in race 1 and race 2. As we see Falguest there, he's... Oh, well, that's definitely not going to be a faster lap time, as he just clobbers the wall there. Jan saying there is a new patron, Master Jarmo. Well, also, I'd like to thank that patron. I'm not sure what part he's in, but I would like to thank him for being a patron. And that is your practice session, 10-minute practice session up. It is Melted Dazzler, Falguest, and Unorthodubs. Unorthodubs is wicked fast in these wet conditions. So now, as they're all just readying up, I will get the grid order ready. So this grid order was set by the feature race finishing positions. I believe that was actually race 2 of last week, and that set the grid order for the first race of this week, and that will be the same again for next week. So the second race, this race, so the race after this, sets the grid order for next week's race. Which is a very interesting way of doing it. I thought it was reverse grid order, but I actually really like this way, because it just means that in the second race, you which is a random grid order, remember, you have to... It's basically sprint qualifying is the easiest way to put it, I think. I'm just confusing myself trying to explain it. But I'll quickly run through the grid order. So starting on first place, it will be Piopni. They will be doing a formation lap, and that's how they'll get into positions. It will be Piopni from Craig, from McGlenn starting in third place, Falguest in fourth place. Gotta find him, he's down in last at the moment. Grandad Stee in fifth. He's at last at the moment. Kurt will be starting in sixth place. He's in fourth at the moment. He only needs to drop back 2 positions. Cobb will be in 7th. He's currently in 8th, so he's in a perfect position basically. Melted Dazzler will be in 8th. He is up here, so he'll have to let everyone through basically. 9th will be Delore. Where's Delore? Delore is here. He's in 3rd, so he's gonna have to drop back all the way. 10th is Veligric. Where is Veligric? He is here. Veligric starting in 10th place. Dan, also known as Unorthodubs, will be starting in 11th place. The only G will be starting in 12th. Ron, one of the subs, is starting in 13th. Bubbles is starting in 14th, and Charlie is starting last in 15th. So that is your grid order. Piopni is currently leading them through the middle sector now. It's an extremely short lap here, and the rain actually, I thought there'd be more rain. I could have sworn it was meant to be like thunderstorm. Maybe it's going to get worse going on, but yes, these guys currently driving around single file. Piopni can go from anywhere between the last corner and the start line, so it's basically up to him. Whenever he starts, he can do a Bottas and just hold the grid right up to the line. But it's all up to him. You're not allowed to go over 50 miles per hour. I believe that's about 80 kilometers an hour. And he's still holding them. He's still holding them. And he's off. We can just see there on the graph. But there seems to be a few spinners at the back who've lost majorly, and that is Ron, Bubbles and Charlie. But Piopni is leading into turn 1, and they're all in single file. There seems to be some overtakes back here with Unorthodox on Vliegrick. That's a lovely overtake there before they even get to turn 1, and even more overtakes at the back. The 3 newcomers going 3 wide there at the start. Very ambitious. Craig in 2nd place. Well then, these guys have been doing amazing so far. There's not been any crashes. Everyone is still on the track, and we've done an entire lap. That is better than last week. So Melted Dazzler in 8th place. As we just ride on board here with McGlenn. Not really any good camera angles here at the I nearly call it the Hungaro ring, the A1 ring, the Red Bull circuit, as I believe that is Kurt who is pushing Grandad Steve and McGlenn. They're all fighting for this position right here, right now. As these guys have been doing amazing to keep it on the track. They are starting to spread out now. They're definitely finding it much harder to overtake here at the Red Bull ring in these very wet conditions. Unorthodox up to 8th place already. He is being he's shown that he is very fast in these wet conditions. Melted Dazzler is right on his heels though. Cobb, I'm just seeing down into 15th place, so he has had a shocker of a start there. You can just see him on the track map. He's not even come around to the second last corner. He's only on the straight there. But Unorthodox in 8th place. He's going to be hunting down people and just trying to pick them off one by one. Delore is his next target. He's looking up the inside. Will Dan make the move up the inside? This is going to be tight. They're going side by side. Delore goes wide. Dan makes the move up the inside. And he's chasing down McGlenn now. He'll have the inside of McGlenn going through turn 2. They're going side by side nearly. Dan's alongside now, so he has the right to be there. They're still going side by side. That was a lovely double overtake there from Dan, who's now up into 6th place. Dan really showing that he is the king of the wet weather here at the Red Bull Ring, as he's just leading this pack right here. This pack is really the one to watch right now. It's got some of the big hitters like Dan. The only G is someone goes very slow through the last corner there. Don't know who that was. Just got everything wrong. Definitely lost a few positions there. Ron up into 10th place, showing that he is no pushover. Delore is dropped all the way down to 9th place. The only G stuck behind these guys, trying to get past. It's just whenever the only G actually has huge front end damage. Thankfully there's not actual damage, it's just visual. So the only G now only with one headlight, so he's got to make that headlight last for the rest of the race as he overtakes Ron there on the outside Lovely move there from G, showing why he has multiple world records in this game, but Ron not letting him just get away with it. Ron still going side by side as the two orange cars there are starting to hold him up, and Ron actually held the position off from only G. That is amazing work there from Ron to be able to hold him up. Vliegrick dropping down below Ron. Ron really show. Oh, Ron and Vliegrick touching. They've touched. As the rain, it seems to be still falling down steadily, but these guys having a lovely battle here. A lovely wee group is formed here where these guys are fighting. The Only G really wants to get past because he knows he is faster than these guys, but these guys are just putting up an absolute wonderful Alonso defense here, working as a team, making their small Clios as big as possible, going 3 wide, just giving G nowhere to go as G is just looking for places. G and Vliegrick are touching doors at the moment. We'll just ride on board with G's roof. Oh, as we do, G just gets a huge slide there from Vliegrick. Just Vliegrick seemed to have gotten a tank slapper and just went right into the side of G. As I just see J-Palm there saying the Only G destroyed the car already. Yeah, the Only G is already wrecking his car. Not exactly what we want to be doing. McGlenn is right behind the Only G. Just that spray coming right up. That's a lot of water just being kicked right up into McGlenn's car there. Hopefully he has got those wipers on, so he should be able to see fine as they all go very wide there in the last corner. Thankfully the FIA is not watching, otherwise they would all be penalised. But we'll quickly just go on board here with Falgest, who is pushing Craig through these corners. Piopni has made a second gap lead. Falgest just chasing down Craig, doing a wonderful job at it too, and Grandad Steve has really gotten himself in the mix too for this podium position. Grandad Steve has been doing amazing these past 4 races. There's 3 races in one night, so this is technically race 4. Ooh, as they've touched, Falgest and Craig touched, and that just gave Grandad Steve the position, because Falgest went very wide there, and Grandad Steve just said, thank you, I will take that position, and he takes that position. Very lovely. Grandad Steve showing that he may be old, but he's got the experience. And it's really showing off full Alonso style as unorthodox. Dan and Kurt, I believe that is, going side by side down the main straight, going side by side through turn 1, but Dan showing he is the king of the wet weather and making that move work on the inside. But Craig still holding it around the outside, but no, gives up that position, knows he can't hang it around the outside or he might lose the car. Unorthodox already up into 5th place. This has been an amazing first 8 laps. It's been 8 laps already. This has been an amazing first 8 laps from Dan. As we just look back, let's see if we can find any more battles. Charlie, McGlenn and Delore all fighting together, but the Only G is one to watch. He's made it from 11th to 9th, so he's picking off these guys one by one, or they're just slowly falling off. That's a really long message and don't know why, but I can't read it. Oh, as I'm just after seeing a lightning bolt there. Well, I didn't see the lightning bolt, but I saw the flash of the lightning bolt as the Only G goes up the inside of Ron and he makes it stick. The Only G made that one stick up on the inside of Ron, who's running that Project Cars livery. But Unorthodox is caught up to a pack that's fighting for 3rd place right now. Piopni has gotten, a 2-second lead because these guys have been fighting. So Piopni is going to be loving this. He's going to be hoping that these guys can pull in an Alonso and hold up Unorthodox, who's the Hamilton, for another 10 minutes or so. Otherwise, Dan will catch up to Piopni. That is not. That's just a fact right there. But Craig, Grandad Steve, and Falgest are all standing in the way. That's right on Unorthodox bumper right here as we're just being absolutely covered in spray. And he looks up the inside. He thinks better of that. That was probably better that he didn't go for that position, as all 3 of them go wide. As we see another lightning flash there. Dan looking up the inside here of Craig, and ooh, he's gonna get his nose in there. And just about. They're going side by side right now. They're still going side by side. This is some lovely racing from Unorthodox in the wet to really show he is the king of this wet weather. Up into 4th place already. I believe he started down in 12th. He's up into 4th. He is doing amazing this race. He is really the one to watch right now. Grandad Stee in front of him now. Falgas is kind of broken away from these guys, but not very much. He's slowly bringing back in the gap to Piopni. Dan is the only driver. Oh, sorry, no. Dan and the Oni G are the only 2 drivers in the 1 second times at the moment, or 1 minute times even. From Orthodox there, going much slower though because he was battling. He looks up the inside, but he doesn't go for the move. He knows these guys really struggle going through turn 1. He just gets anesthetic, I believe that's the right word, traction out of turn 1, but he wasn't able to go up the inside this time. As the rain has really picked up, you can just tell because the spray has gotten much worse. And these 3 all battling for 3rd place. Grandad Stee up the inside of Falgas, really showing that he is there. These two are going to go too wide. It looks like they are going too wide through the last few corners. Dan wanting to get past. Is he gonna look up at the inside of Cheeky through the last corner? And ooh, they're going side by side, and they just about make it. I believe that's Falgas goes quite wide and keeps the position. So Dan going to be chasing them down. Craig going to try and get his position back. There's some lovely stuff here as Craig seems to have gotten a little bit of a better exit there, but it's just not going to be enough to try and get past Dan. Let's go right on board here with Craig. Let's go sit on his bumper cam right now as we just get covered in liters and liters of fuel, and you can just see like briefly there's a huge puddle there. We'll go find someone who doesn't have a car right in front of them. Just to the left there, that huge puddle right there. Yeah, that's going to be one to watch out for. Maybe someone will get caught up in that. And guys, if you like what you see here, do not forget to hit that like button and subscribe. There's 17 people watching and only 7 likes. Come on guys, make sure you hit that like button. But Craig really dropped off a wee bit here. Grandad Stee got ahead of Falgas, but I think he actually did that a while ago. So yeah guys, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, and if you like what you see, make sure you join the Discord and sign up. Ooh, but Bubbles left the session, so that is our first retirement. Not what we like to see, but sadly it happens sometimes. I think he might have disconnected, so yeah. But Dan looking and very likely going to get a podium position, but now that I've said that, he is going to have a spin and he is going to crash because, you know, commentators curse. Very real thing. And guys, we've got 19 people watching now. This is an amazing race as Dan looks up the inside of Falgas. He's going to go up the inside of Falgas through the last 2 turns, and he makes it stick. That was a lovely move there from Dan. Went from 12th up to 13th. He has made 9 positions in 15 minutes in these horrid conditions. The Oni G up into 6th place here, chasing down Craig. The Oni G and Dan are the 2 fastest wet weather drivers, and they have made it clear. Dan is now chasing down Grandad Stee, but also he does have Falgas chasing him down. And Falgas is definitely not a pushover, so Dan wanting to hold him off. The rain just seems to be getting worse and worse as the Oni G and Craig are going side by side right now. The Oni G does have that inside, which is not the best place to be right now, so it just seems he went much slower there. But the Oni G looking up the inside, he seems to have gotten a much better run there. The front of his car is all destroyed. He still has that one headlight, but he's going side by side into the last 3 corners, but no, he pulls out. He can't do what Dan did and go up the inside there as Craig just goes very wide there, loses his rear end. The Oni G is definitely going to get a much better exit coming out of the last corner as Craig goes very wide there as they're going side by side. Actually, they're going side by side. These guys are going side by side. Dan up into 2nd place past Grandad Stee and Falgas, but Piopni also there. I didn't even notice that. Dan is into the lead from 12th place to the lead. He's overtaken Piopni. Piopni has had a horrid lap that lap, it seems. He was leading this race by 2 seconds, and now he's in 2nd place. No, he wants Dan up into 1st place from 12th position. That is 12 positions he's gained in one race. That is some amazing work. Grandad Steve up in 2nd place. Piopni just falling down this grid right now. The only G has gotten past Craig, and now he's hunting down Falgas. He's up into 5th place. These two have been doing amazing this race. Absolutely amazing race to watch here in the I keep calling it the Hungaroring, at the Red Bull Ring here in Austria. And this is just a wet race. We've got 2 more races after this. We've got a random grid order, which will be in the dry, and then a qualifying session in the dry and a race in the dry, and the only G is up into 3rd place. These two are, Dan and G, are both just so fast in these wet conditions that they've gone from 12th and 13th, I think it is. I think that's what their positions were. But Piopni really dropping back. He was leading this Grand Prix, and now he's down into 5th place. That is not where he wants to be, and Craig just driving straight through that puddle there. Not where he wants to be going either. Falgas looking around the outside of the only G, seems to have gotten a better run, but I'm not sure if that outside line is going to help him. He's gotten in front of the only G. The only G had to have had a slowdown there, and no way the only G is going to go that slow, as Falgas just goes way wide. I don't even know what that was, and that was quite a dangerous re-entry. I'm not sure what he was thinking there. He just drove straight back onto the track there. He just went 5 kilometers off the track. He was nearly in the Hungaroring, but the only G is looking up the inside. He has his nose there. He has the right to be there, and they're going side by side through turn 1. The only G makes it stick, but they're still going side by side. The only G is gonna have the inside line, and Falgas is gonna have to try and hang it around the inside, but I'm not sure it's gonna work. He's still there. He's still holding in hope, but no, he's just got to give it that position. Piopni probably kicking himself in the teeth right now. He's dropped down to 5th place. He went from leading to 5th in the matter of a lap, I think. And Dan must be just punching the air right now, just saying, hell yes, guys, I'm in 1st place from 12th place. But yes, Dan, amazing drive right now. Grandad Steve also a very commendable drive to keep 2nd place from all these guys, as the only G is now going to be hunting him down. There will be 2 more laps. They're just going to finish this lap. They're going to do 1 more lap, and then they'll be on the last lap, I believe it is. So Grandad Steve is going to be holding his butt cheeks tight together right now, hoping he can keep 2nd place from the only G, and Piopni has made it back up to 4th place, it seems. So Craig had a horrid lap that lap as well, it seems. Dan leading from Grandad Steve from the only G. This is going to be an amazing last lap, as it always is in these Clios. Every last lap is always an amazing lap in this Sun X Energy Clio Cup here at the SimZone, commentated by yours truly, Green Pies or Killian. So let's go right on board here with the only G. The only G just has a lovely view here. He's looking up the inside of Grandad Steve. He's caught right up in one corner, as he's kissing the back of that Clio there. As we can read the sponsors there, ATA OCH, as Dan brought Grandad Steve to the right hand side of the track, so no more reading those sponsors. Let's go read Dan's sponsors. Dan is sponsored by TTA, it seems. So ATA and TTA, very close rivals it seems in the sponsoring. But the only G looking up the inside of Grandad Steve. This is the final lap. I believe it is. Grandad Steve holding it around the outside. Grandad Steve is far from a pushover, but the only G has made it stick. Will Grandad Steve be able to get anything done? As I believe this will be the final lap, so this is Grandad Steve's final chance to make a position. But no, I don't think he's going to be able to make a position unless the only G does something horrid coming through the last few corners. Grandad Steve just wanting to make a position there, but it's just not going to work. Dan, though, coming across the last few corners in these thunder conditions, absolutely horrible weather, as you can just see the rain pouring it down, bucketing it down. Dan coming across the line to be your race winner. with the only G in second place. Grandad Stee in third. Piopni dropped down to fourth place. Craig in fifth. Falgas sixth. Kerr in seventh. Melted Dazzler eighth. Glory ninth. McGlenn 10th. Oh, there's actually a battle here. They're going 3 wide. Who is going to bring it across the line first? It is going to be Charlie Goff from Vligrek, from McGlenn, from Cobb. That was amazing racing from everyone. So your podium is Unorthodox, also known as Dan, who went from 12th place up to 1st. Amazing race there. Definitely gets driver of the race there. The only G in second place, and Grandad Stee in third place. That is your podium for the first race. Make sure to come back in about 5 or 10 minutes. Go use the loo. Go get a wee snack for race 2.
I don't know where I am, I don't know where you take me, I don't know where you take me. I just follow your trail and I'm losing your mind and I'm losing your head. Let me escape from this love, cause I'm a prisoner. I just want to look my way and never back to you.
Falling apart when you're so far. You're the only thing that I can't lose. I can't lose. You're filling the cracks, didn't know I had. Melting my heart from the broken glass. Now in every part of me, it's you. And I don't want nobody else closer than you, closer than you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're live.
Welcome back, everyone. And there's been some tragic news. The Only G has disconnected, which is yeah, he made a wee bit of a blunder. Instead of clicking ready up, he exited the session. So rookie mistake there from a pro. But here right now it is the random grid order race. And well, it's a random grid. Charlie Joff is starting in first place with Bubbles, who disconnected last race, starting in second. Falguest is in third place. Ron is in fourth place. So the newcomers are 1, 2, and 4. Cobb in fifth. Delore is in sixth. Unorthodox, who is now probably joyful that G has accidentally left the session. He will be back for the next race, though, the last race. He's probably very happy for his championship titles now. In 7th place, McGlenn is in 8th, Craig is in 9th, Vligrek is in 10th, Piopny in 11th, Melted Dazzler, who's extremely fast, is in 12th place, Grandad Steve is also extremely fast, is in 13th, Kurt is in 14th, and Sam Thumbfinger, who is an extremely fast driver. He won the GT3 race at... the touring car race at Brands Hatch the other day, and I believe he won a race or came close to winning one of the Clio Cup races, but he is down in 15th place, so he's in last place. Unorthodox is probably, I'm going to make him my best pick for race win here. So and actually this is a -5 license points for the Only G for it did not show. I don't know about that one, but Charlie Joff is starting in first. We seem to have lost someone else, but Charlie Joff gets... I'm going to say that's a decent start. It seemed to be very slow. He still has the lead. Falguest is in third place. It's the dry now, so it's going to be much better for these guys. They're not going to be slipping and sliding all over the place. Falguest in third place, whereas Unorthodox is up into 7th place already making gains through turn 1 from 8th to 7th. But now back down to 8th as McGlenn is fighting back, and Vligrek is looking up the inside of Dan, but to no avail as a cone goes flying there and hits someone's car. Bubbles not really making up any ground, still the same amount of distance from Charlie. Delore dropping down from Cobb fighting there for 4th place. Delore wants it though. Delore is going to try and hang around the outside, but I don't think it's going to work. He's going to try the switchback. The switchback is extremely good there. Oh, as we just see McGlenn go sideways, and Delore makes that lovely up the inside there on Cobb for 4th place. Whereas Unorthodox is already up into 4th place. This is like child's work for him. As we just look back a wee bit, Grandad Steve making his way up into 10th momentarily, but he goes very wide there, and Kurt just keeps that position there in 10th place. Grandad Steve dropping down into 12th place as Sam Thumbfinger, who's extremely fast, I know he's extremely fast, is still in last place right now. Not at all where he wants to be, but Charlie Joff is chasing down Felguest, who both overtook Bubbles, it seems like. So these two are currently fighting for the race lead at the moment. As I believe that was Bubbles Bubbles going very wide, Bubbles doing a flip, and Bubbles on his roof. He's on his side now, he is back right up. That is a crazy crash there, and he did it all by himself. He just seemed to go very wide and just lost it. But Unorthodox up into 4th place already, going 3 wide down the main straight. But just, you know, letting them two crash into each other, and he's gonna make up a position here. I can just see it, I can smell it. He's up into 5th place already. He started in 8th, he's in 5th place. They're going 4 wide into turn 2. If I actually watched Unorthodox, that would be great. He's into 4th place now. He's got Vligrek in front of him. Once again, some amazing racing here from Unorthodox, up into 4th place already. Melted Dazzler in 7th place already, and McGlenn in 8th. So Unorthodox is going to be wanting to make up a gap as quickly as possible, as he's just going to wait for Vligrek to make a mistake, or he's going to try and go up the inside. Dan just making as much of that exit as much as possible, going close to the pit wall. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups there. but he does have Delore chasing him down. As we just see in the back there, Melted Dazzler, Cobb and Kerr all fighting for position out there, with McGlenn in the background as well. And that is, I'm not sure who that red car is. That is Cobb actually going around the outside there and making it stick. Lovely round the outside of turn 1. But Melted Dazzler is holding back and fighting back on him for that 6th place right there. That's some amazing fighting. Cobb and Kirk going side by side to the 4th last corner. You know, I don't even know the corner numbers at this point. Dan into 4th place, chasing down Vligric and Charlie. And Charlie just goes very slow there. Vligric goes around the outside. Dan is looking around the outside. Dan nearly gets rear-ended there from Delore. Dan, ooh, what is Dan doing here? Let's go on board and just see what is Dan looking at as he's alongside Charlie Joff right now, going down the main straight. And Delore is following Dan. Delore knows that Dan is faster, so they're both looking up the inside there of Charlie. Charlie loses 1 position to Dan. Dan is up into 3rd place already after 5 minutes. He's gone from 8th to 3rd. Dan needs to turn up the AI setting from 0 to 100. As Dan is taking his little Clio to new heights right now. Delore is chasing down Charlie though. Delore just showing that he is there. He's looking up the inside. Delore is alongside now. They're going side by side through the final few corners. Delore has taken the lead, but Charlie's just conceded. He won't make up any more position from there. He really didn't have much of a chance. Cobb, let's go sit on Cobb's bumper. Actually, no, Cobb's a bit far back. Let's go sit on Kurt's bumper, as he's right behind Melted Dazzler right there, and they all seem to be sponsored by ATA. So I'm not sure what that sponsor is, but they seem to be sponsoring all of these Clios, it seems. As they're going side by side through this middle sector with Charlie right in front of them. Ooh, as Kurt gets very squiggly there. But yes, Charlie Goff is fighting for a position right now. Actually, no, sorry, he's chasing Unorthodox, who's fighting for 3rd place, and he's made it up into 3rd place. Vligric is chasing down Falgest. We will sit on board here with Delore, who's chasing down Dan. I need to take a quick call. I'll be back in about 2 minutes, guys. Okay, I am back now, and I've come back at a great time where Delore, Kurt, and Unorthodox are all fighting for third place. Veligrek, it seems, made it up into... sorry, no, he's still up in second place. Dan, I would have thought he would have made up more position now. He's trying to get clear of these guys, but the draft has just been keeping them in close to him, and he's not been able to break away from them. So, Dan, still up in third place, which is amazing from 8th. To get up to third place. But Veligrek right on the back of Falgas now. Falgas seems to have had a terrible lap right there. I don't know what happened to him there. Let's see what his lap time was that lap. He went from leading by, I think, just over a second to now only by a few tenths. And that lap was a... Oh, they actually both did the exact same lap time, so... I don't know. Maybe they both just had a really slow lap. But actually, no, they both actually set the fastest lap times, I think. Both doing a 56. Everyone else is doing 57s. Even Dan is doing 57s. Who's still fighting for position. But Veligrek has just taken the lead from Falgest. Actually, I just noticed I don't even have my speedo or that up. The only G is joined back in. Veligrek has taken the lead. Falgas is in second, and Kurt has taken the lead temporarily from Unorthodox. I'm muted. Okay, I thought I was muted for a second there. Unorthodox really fighting to get this third place here from Kurt and Delore, who are definitely fighting back much better now that it is dry. And I just see some support there from McGlenn, so I'll quickly give McGlenn some airtime. He's down in 13th at the moment. I know he's a much fast driver. He can get up higher than that. Sam and... Oh, who's that? Very wide. Someone's gone very wide there. That is Cobb going nearly into the Hungaro ring once again. But these guys, 4 battling for 1 position. 2 wide. That is Grandad Stee. 3 wide. Grandad Stee, Sam Thumbfinger, and Charlie, I believe that is. And Sam is taking the lead from that battle there. Dan is taking the lead from this wee battle here for third place. Dan is he's made a wee bit of a gap now to these guys, but no, definitely not enough. Kurt seems to have dropped back a bit. Melted Dowser has caught up a bit. Falgas is just losing time to Veligrek all the time. Excuse me. And Dan is currently leading this pack here of 2, which has just gone down to a pack of 2. He's currently fighting from Delore, as Falgas is just right up against the pit wall there, just chasing down Veligrek for that slipstream. And I wonder, does Dan like to overfuel his car? Because he's got 17 litres. He just gets overtaken there by Delore. Delore makes a lovely move there up the inside. And he's only got 12.5 litres. I wonder, does anyone else have that little? Falgas is 18. Kurt is 17. Maltadazer is 15. Yeah, I wonder, does Delore actually not have enough fuel? He's only got 12 litres left. We'll actually we'll do some quick maths here as he's coming around to start this lap time, as the only G leaves the session once again. So we will keep track and see what fuel load he has going across the line. He has got 12.0. Let us see what he has whenever he's come back around. It's Jaboy Mike. It is myself, Green Pies Killian. I am streaming, and it is well, I'm streaming, and well, the only G is actually the one streaming, but yes, I'm the commentator here. Dan is chasing down Delore, and let us see what Delore has. I love checking out these fuels because so many rookie mistakes have happened. We saw in the touring cars where John Boy just about ran out of fuel at the very last just few meters. He ran out of fuel there, but Delore has made a tiny gap from Dan. Delore really fighting back in these dry conditions here from Dan, also known as Unorthodox, if you were wondering why I'm calling him Dan. That's just his real name, everyone knows him by. But Delore, I think, has done amazing with his mathematics here, as he only uses a litre a lap, so he's definitely doing something right. He's definitely got enough fuel, as there is only about 5 laps left, if even. But Dan really fighting for position right now. It's your boy Mike. Can you DM me on Discord, please. This is a PS4 league, right? Yes, this is a PS4 league. If you want to get in contact with me, join the SimZone Discord, and well, you'll be able to find my name as Green Pies, or Killian if you search that in. The Discord should be down below in the description. If not, you can go onto the website and you can find it through there. But yes, Delore really fighting for position right now. He's just holding Unorthodox up. Unorthodox is one of the fastest drivers on track. I think he's one of the fastest drivers out on track at the moment. The only G's not there anymore. And Delore is doing amazing to hold him off right now. We'll just sit in Dan's cockpit right now. We can just see what he sees. I know he sits on the roof cam, but what his driver sees. As he's hugging those curbs. This isn't F1 2021. You can touch those curbs and you won't actually die. For anyone who's played F1 2021, you will know what I'm talking about. Also, it's your boy Mike. If you want a server invite, I'm more than happy to send you one. There is the Discord now. Control V. Oh shit, I don't even know if that was it. Control V, there we go. There we go. So that is the Discord link. If you want to just join that, and you can shoot me a message if you want to, or if you're just wondering about the league, you can just ask anyone in the Discord a question and they will answer it as quickly as possible. But Dan hustling for this third place right now. Let's go back. There seems to be a battle back here, but they're not really that close, so we'll go back onto the Unorthodox and Delore battle. I'm going to quickly cough. Yes. As I just see a comment there from It's Your Boy Mike. F1 2021 curbs are deadly. Yes, they are deadly. Dan, he's running out of laps here. You can tell he's just getting aggressive. He's looking left, right, just anywhere. And yeah, if you're in the Discord, I'm Green Pies, or Killian with a Cillian, if you want to send me a message. But Falguest, he hasn't really caught up to Vliegrick. Vliegrick has he took this lead. Whenever he took the lead, he hasn't really looked back. Kurt is now catching up onto the back of Unorthodox and Delore. So Kurt hoping, hey, maybe I can get a chance here to get a podium, because Kurt hasn't been on the podium, I don't think. I've got a horrible memory. I'll actually quickly pull up the standings right now, and I'll actually go through them as we're kind of in a lull here right now. Clio Cup Division 1. MotoringMorgan is actually leading this. MotoringMorgan is nowhere to be found. He's actually not in this race at the moment. So Unorthodox is going to take the lead of this championship, I believe. He's already got a win. He's in 4th place at the moment, so it's going to be a slam dunk lead for him at the moment. He just needs to do good in race 3. Delore in 3rd place. The only G in 4th place. This DNF or DNS is not going to help him at all. So, you know, between MotoringMorgan and Unorthodox, I think this is going to be an extremely close title fight. As at the moment, MotoringMorgan is actually leading by 37 points, as Dan just easily gets past Delore there. Delore must have had a slowdown there. Don't know what that was about. But Dan now back into the podium positions as they come around to start their final lap here. Vliegrick still in the lead. Vliegrick is going to get a race win, which will be his first race win. That will make it 3 race winners. 3 race winners in 4 races. Because MotoringMorgan did win the first 2 races. Project Cars 2 really needs GTS customizations, then I maybe could drive with my esports team and the legendary sponsor Silent Energy. Yes, they really are legends. But Vligrek is going to come across the line as your winner. Falgas is going to be 2/10 off of him. That was some extremely close racing from those guys at the end there. Amazing racing from everyone. Falgas in second. Unorthodox is going to come across the line for his second podium this night. In a third place, Kurt in fourth, Glory in fifth, just missing out there. Melted Dazzler in sixth. Sam Thumbfinger is going to come across the line in seventh place. And considering the fact he started in last place, that is some amazing racing there from Sam Thumbfinger. Cobb in 8th, Charlie in 9th, Craig in 10th, Pupney in 11th, Grandad Steve not running off the grid, Grandad Steve in 12th place. And McGlenn, I believe, to round off the grid and come in 13th place, but Bubbles is in last in 14th, who has been lapped a few times. I think he actually DNF'd or something at the very end there, but that is it. So this is your podium, a completely new podium, bar Unorthodox. Vligrek takes the win of the second race, Felgest in second place, and Unorthodox in third place. So that will be your top three for the start of next week's first race. This will be the way that it is. It will be Kurt, Delore, Melted Dazzler, Sam Thumbfinger, Cobb, Charlie, Craig, Pupney, Grandad Steve, McGlenn, Bubbles, and Ron, who actually got disqualified. I don't know how that happened. And Bubbles seemed to have he just came into the pits and he just stopped on lap 19 and he just didn't do any more. But make sure to come back in about 5 or 10 minutes for the final race of the night with a mandatory pit stop. I'm Killian and I'll see you in about 5 or 10 minutes.
I don't know where I am, I don't know where you take me, I don't know where you take me. I just follow your trail and I'm losing your mind and I'm losing your head. Let me escape from this love, cause I'm a prisoner. I just want to look my way and never back to you. I'm not above it. Let me be myself. I'm not above it. Let me be myself. Let me be myself. Let me be myself.
falling apart when you're so far. You're the only thing that I can't lose. I can't lose. You filled in the cracks, didn't know I had, melting my heart from the broken glass. Now in every part of me, it's you. And I don't want nobody else closer than you, closer than you. I can't let in someone else closer than you, closer than you. 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 Every day as the years go by, you'll never fall, 'cause we're intertwined. I'll be the one that's holding on to you. And I don't want nobody else closer than you, closer than you. I can't let in someone else closer.
I heard you. Welcome back, everyone, to the third and final race tonight here at the Red Bull Ring, at the SimZone in this Sun X Energy sponsored Clio Cup. I had a wee bit of a brain fart there. This is going to be a, I believe, 37 lap race, I think it is. And there is going to be a pit window, a mandatory pit window, where you will have to make a single pit stop between lap 8 and lap 17, and if they don't do that, they get punished. I said in the touring cars it was a disqualification, but I actually don't know what it is. That was more of a joke, but we'll watch on board with Ron. He was the first one out on the grid, or on the track, so we'll watch on board with him. This is qualifying, so this race will be done through qualifying. And the only G we can just see coming out of the pit lane there, he is back in now. But yes, just remember, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. It means a lot. Shows that you're actually enjoying what you're watching. And if you like what you see, make sure you join the Discord, because just everyone in the Discord is super helpful. So excuse me, if you ever need help with anything, excuse me, join the Discord. I swear I'm slowly losing my voice, I think. As excuse me, I'm really tired. As Unorthodox is setting the pace here right now, but one man we need to watch out for is the Only G. He's come on to start his first flying lap. That's not really a camera I want to watch on, but the Only G just fighting his way through that corner right there. See, the thing about these cars is they're front wheel drive, so you want to try, I think you try and get the rear end out and just hope and pray and just stick your foot down. And that's how it works. Note to self, I'm not actually a driver in the Clios, so, and I never raced these Clios, so I've got no idea how to drive them fast. But the Only G and Unearth the Dubs both know how to drive these cars extremely fast, as the Only G comes across the line, and he's put up into second place, and actually Falgas is up into first place. But the Only G up into second place already, just going sideways around there. I've really got the yawns right now. I wonder will this give any better views. It says onboard, but it always shows the outboard camera. So I think this one just cycles through it. But the Only G just getting out of the way there of that driver there. Getting out of the way even more and more now. As he's really binned it going through there. Dan going onto two wheels through there. Yeah, I don't like this. It just switches between them. We'll go on trackside if you want to see the outside of the car. That chase cam just does not look nice at all. Super unrealistic. Dan has dropped down to 5th place in this qualifying session, but there is still 5 minutes left, so he still has plenty of time. And I've actually noticed I'm not even watching Dan. Now I'm watching Dan as he goes sideways through there. We just catch him going sideways, and he's got a lovely draft there from Delore, I believe that is. I am going to quickly share the stream in another Discord. I think this is the right one. Yes, it is. Oh, as I have a lovely voice crack there. Dan coming across the line. He's down in 7th place in qualifying. He must be really struggling here in the qualifying. And I'm going to say that, and he's going to put on pole, isn't he? He doesn't set a faster lap time. He's still in 7th place, it seems. As he's just weaving a wee bit there. So I'll run you through your provisional grid order. It is going to be Falgas who is stopped on the track. It is Delore, the Only G, Maltadazer, and Piopni so far is your top 5. I wonder, is Dan just struggling right now? He seems to be much more comfortable in the wet, as his wheels are going full left and he's just sliding. He's taken Lightning McQueen to a whole new level, as the Only G puts it on provisional pole by 74 milliseconds. Dan has dropped down to 8th place as a result, or not as a result, but now he is down into 8th place, and still he hasn't set any faster lap time. Dan is not enjoying this qualifying session, it seems. We'll watch on board with Dan here, as he seems to be struggling in qualifying. He just lets the car through. I think that's more of a strategic move than an error, because the draft in these cars are so strong. You can gain I'd say you can probably nearly gain a second, maybe, as he's just letting more cars through. Is he going to let anyone else through? Hope not. Hope that's enough there for you, Dan. But the pro is you get a lovely draft like Dan is going to get right now off Charlie Joff right now. But the downside is if you let a slower car in front of you, which, no offense to Charlie, he's a great driver, he's probably faster than me, but Dan is just so much faster, and just slower cars in front of you, it never ends up well. They always end up slowing down your lap time. And relatively, Dan is faster than Charlie, but Charlie is a fast driver. As Dan is a 10th down. He's only going to have 2 more chances to do this. So he's really running out of his time here. And oh, he's found a 10th. But the furthest that's going to put him up is to 6th, maybe? He's down in 9th place here in qualifying, which is not at all where he wants to be. And he's... Okay. He's finally found his pace. He's gone up 4 tenths up into 3rd place, but the only G is extending his gap in qualifying here. And Dan is just going to lose time, hand over fist here, as he's trying to overtake Grandad Stee. Grandad Stee is fighting back, so Dan can't really use the full width of the track, and he's down 78 milliseconds. He can't take the fastest line to the corner, and he gets bumped by Grandad Stee. That is not going to help either one of them in their quest to get a faster lap time, as Dan is just going to slow down. I think he's going to let Charlie back. Oh no, sorry, no, that is not Charlie. But yes, Dan seems to have gotten his mojo back. The only G just set an even faster lap time of a 56.2. The only G is on a flyer right now in this qualifying session, as he's just setting fastest lap time for provisional pole lap after lap, it seems. Falgest in a comfortable 2nd place ahead of Unorthodox, also known as Dan, as there's 15 seconds. So any drivers, just they better be coming across the line. Wonder who that is. McGlenn, he's not going to come across the line to start any lap time, so McGlenn will be the first one across the line to finish qualifying session. And he does not improve anymore. I wonder, is Unorthodox able to improve? I don't think so. He's way too close to Grandad Stee in front of him. Grandad Stee is going to hold him up a wee bit, because he's not going to be able to take the corners as fast as he usually would be. But he's up 4 tenths. Dan is up 4 tenths. I hope, will he lose all of that time in the last corner? Let's hope not. He might get on pole. If he keeps up 4 tenths, he will be on pole. He's going to have a lovely draft. And Dan puts up into 2nd place, just a 10th off. So this is going to be your starting top 3 for now. It is going to be the only G leading from Unorthodox, and then Falges, just and all the way down to last place is covered by less than 2 seconds. So it is going to be the only G from Unorthodox, Falges, Vligrik, Delore, Kurtz, Melted Dazer, Piopni, Sam Thumbfinger, Grandad Stee, Bubbles, Ron, Charlie, Cobb, Craig, and McGlenn. That is going to be your order here for this final race. Excuse me.
Remember, guys, you can only pit from lap 8 to lap 17.
You're telling me that?
Oh.
As I've just had G in my ear, not sure if you guys could hear him, but he is trying to remind the drivers, he reminded me instead, that you can only pit between the time of lap 8 to lap 17. A bit of a blunder there from G. As I'm currently being pinged. Why am I being pinged? as we are about to start right now. It is going to be G leading. G needs to get an amazing start. It's 1, 2, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we are off. And there seem to be neck and neck. Dan seems to have gotten the exact same start that G got. Falgas seems to have gotten an amazing start. Is right on the back of Dan right now. And they seem to all keep it clean going through turn 1. Charlie up into 10th, overtaking Piopnia, I believe. But this battle for the lead right now is the one we want to be watching. All the fastest guys, all the cream has risen to the top, but the only G has dropped down into 3rd place. Falgas is in 2nd place, and Unorthodox has taken the lead into turn 1, but has taken the lead on lap 1 already. Yeah. But Falgas is fighting back. Falgas is going side by side with Dan, it seems. No, he's actually dropped back a wee bit. The only G is driven right into the back of Falgas there, just giving him a wee nudge, just reminding him he's there. Thankfully, nothing more happened. It was just a nudge. So it was G that came off worse there. Vligrek is in 4th place. Melted Dazzler is in 5th. Glory is in 6th. Sam Thumbfinger is in 7th. Grandad Stee in 8th. Charlie 9th. Kurt 10th. Piopni in 11th. But back up into this lead fight right now. They are fighting. Just remember, pit window is... I keep forgetting. I have got a horrendous memory. Lap 8 to lap 17. So if anyone pits before then, they will need to pit again. If anyone pits after that and they didn't make a pit stop and they only made 1 pit stop through the entire race, it will be noted and there will be reprimands at the end, I believe. The only G has dropped down into 3rd place, and Vligrek is hustling for that position right now. Dan is going to be wanting to keep his position right now. He is in the lead of the championship, and he's in the lead of this race. So Dan has been doing amazing this race here at the Red Bull Ring. But the only G fighting back. The only G has made it back up into 2nd place. The only G has been doing amazing here in this recovery. Let's go sit on here. But no, he's dropped down into 4th place now. Melted Dazzler has even gotten past him. So the only G is down into 5th place. The only G is going to drop down another position down into 6th place. I think. Maybe not. No, the only G is back up into 4th place. Getting that fighting form back round the outside. He makes it work. If anyone can make it work, it's the only G. Sam Thumbfinger up into 6th place. Doing amazing here as I'm getting a notification from McPhee. No, I do not want to update anything. Thank you, McPhee, for the offer, though. As Falgas is pushing down through these corners. Let's go on to Bumper Cam quickly. Bumper Cam, we can see that lovely sponsor of ATA and just the Clio signature there. Oh, as a Vligrek out of nowhere there, right up the inside. They're going 3 wide. G and Vligrek make contact. G comes off worse there and has to cede that position there. Falgas into 2nd place, Vligrek in 3rd. The only G is dropped down into 5th place. So these guys going neck and neck. They're just letting Dan get away. Dan is going to be super grateful for this battling going on right now because they're all holding each other up. G is being pushed down into 6th place already as they're going 3 wide down the 2nd straight in some places. This track isn't as wide as Monza, so they can't really go 4 wide anywhere. But, you know, that's not going to stop them, I don't think. As the only G just seems to be ebbing and flowing from 2nd down to 6th and just stuck between them. The only G is like a Mercedes. He's great whenever he's out in clean air, but he just struggles to overtake people, it seems. As Felgas just goes to block and then just goes out wide again. Grandad Stee is right behind the only G. He's going to follow the only G through corners. Excuse me for the yawn. Excuse me for that. But they're all going close to the wall. That is some scenes right there from those boys. All single file going up to there. Oh, but Vligrek spins it himself and causes a huge crash with his teammate there of Delore. That is hectic right there. Falgas is up into 2nd place easily, and the only G is in 3rd place. Sam Thumbfinger has made his way up to 4th place. This is some just that's how quickly anything can happen in these races. You can go from 2nd place to last like Vligrek has. Vligrek's down in last place right now and he's destroyed his car. He is behind Ron. But the only G in 3rd place. He went from 1st. He's now in 3rd place. If our camera wants to focus, he goes a little bit wide there. Loses his rear end a tiny bit. Sam is now losing his rear end too. The only G is going to be pushing through these corners. Citaggo Citaggo. That is the sponsor of Falguest's car. I believe it's also the sponsor of Unorthodox car. As G is going to try and go around the outside, but no, he's going to try the switchback. He hits Falguest, who hits Unorthodox, and then Sam hits G. So they're all human centipeding into each other, or Clio centipeding, I guess you could say. But G sticks around the outside. Is he going to make it? No, G hits the wall. G drives into the wall. Oh my days. G is down into 8th place. He's going to lose another position there to Cobb, I think. G, that is not what he wants to be doing. G just constantly drives off the track by himself. That just gives Sam Thumbfinger 3rd place. G drove off the track in turn 1 in Monza, sure. And he just drives off the track there and hits that Tech Pro barrier, I think that is. And just pushes him down to 8th place. He's going to have a monstrosity of a climb back up into that podium position. Well, that is a lesson to be learned there, as Falguest is up the inside of Dan. Dan, nothing really much more he can do. He can't squeeze him anymore unless he's trying to pull Michael Schumacher on him. He's going to go wide, try and go around the outside. But no, Falguest has made that position. Sam Thumbfinger's made a position up on Unorthodox. And Piopni is there. Piopni is up the inside of Dan. And he's made that position work. Dan is around the outside. Dan, don't make the same mistake G made. No, he doesn't. He doesn't even come close to that barrier. Piopni is up into 3rd. That has been a completely new shift of the top 3, but no, Dan has made it back up into top 3. Sam is now leading from Falguest. Sam is showing he is an extremely fast driver. He won the touring car, and he's now leading the Clio Cup. As I continuously have brain farts here. Falguest in 2nd, Unorthodox in 3rd, Piopni in 4th, the only G in 7th place. As Falguest is literally pushing. He couldn't be pushing anymore. Sam up that hill. If you couldn't even slip a piece of paper through between the two, the front bumper and the rear bumper of Falguest and Sam. As Dan is going to be wanting to get, another win, tying himself with the most. As MotoringMorgan, tying himself with the most wins as MotoringMorgan at 2 apiece. And Dan will be easily leading the championship fight by probably over 50 points, I think. Considering he has already had 1 podium and he is on the books to get another podium here right now. He is the favourite to get another podium. As he's looking up the inside of Falguest right now. I need to cough again. And he makes that stick and he's up into 2nd place now. And Vligrek has come in to make his mandatory pit stop. So the pit stop window is open now. They only have until lap 18 to make their mandatory pit stop. And Sam is currently in the lead. After this, I think I'm going to sleep for a very long time, and that is someone else to come in for their pit stop. I think that that was the leader. Sam Thumbfinger is in for his mandatory pit stop now, as the fog is setting in. So apparently there's fog in this race too. Dan is now taking the lead back from Sam Thumbfinger. So Dan is going to be wanting to make an amazing in-lap here whenever he comes in to try and overcut Sam Thumbfinger. This fog is going to definitely mess with some of the visibility. The only G has made his way back up into 4th place with a few of those mandatory pit stops. So G is back in contention here right now. Crikey, I need to stop yawning. As Unorthodox is still leading, someone else has coming to make their pit stop. Grandad Stee and Melted Dazzler and Kurt and Charlie are all in to make their pit stops at the moment. as Unorthodox leads. Falguest from Piopni from the Only G. These four battling for the lead. That was Falguest going very wide there out of turn 1. I think I'm slowly losing my voice. Just remember, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. It's greatly appreciated. It shows that you like it. And, you know, if you've come here to just hit the dislike button, you know, it's the views that matter. Thank you very much for showing up and just putting in the effort to hit that dislike button, whoever that is. Ooh! As Piopni and the Only G have crashed. I just saw that. Piopni got a wee bit loosey-goosey, and he hit the Only G. The Only G has recovered well from that, I think, but he's lost a whole load of time to Falguest and Dan there. And you know, that is that is 2 huge crashes the Only G has had right now as he goes on 2 wheels there. Falguest is probably happy now that he doesn't have the heat of G behind him, and Dan is probably happy because G is the fastest man out on track after him, I think. I'm still going to consider them to the fastest 2 drivers relative to everyone else. Everyone else is extremely fast, and they're definitely all faster than me. I know that for a fact. But I'd still consider them 2 main title rivals. G has won Clio Cups before. G does own a few world records as well, as Dan and Falguest are both in to make their pit stop. The Only G is... He is also... Ooh! Very late there to come into the pit lane. But he does just about make it into the pit lane. Dan is leading them into the pit lane. But who is going to take this race lead? Bubbles has now just inherited... Oh, sorry, no. Grandad's D has inherited the race lead from Bubbles, from Delory, from Cobb. So these guys are all going to just fight to lead for 1 lap. As Dan actually is going to be fighting Sam on the exit. Dan still in the pit lane. He's only left now. He has lost a position to Falguest. And we've already figured that they use a litre a lap. They're not going to have enough. Wait, are they? I don't know. I'm horrible at maths. But Sam. Falguest does take the lead. Sam is in net P2, brain fart again, and Unorthodox is in net P3. So these 3 are the ones to be watching right now. Grandad's T is in the lead right now though, and I don't Cobb is actually in the lead now. Grandad's T is coming to make his mandatory pit stop, so Cobb and Bubbles are both out, and they still need to make their mandatory pit stops. So basically anyone ahead of Falguest needs to make their mandatory pit stop. Delory is doing that, Grandad's T is doing that, Ron, Bubbles and Cobb all need to make their mandatory pit stop at some point. As the Only G is in net P4 now. They'll gain a few more positions as they pass these pitters. P-I-T-T-E-R-S, pitters. As the Only G goes on to 2 wheels there. His front bumper is precariously hanging on just by a thread, it seems. Melted Dazzler is going to be chasing him down. The Only G he's a very fast driver, but he's prone to make a few mistakes per race. But in these Clios, kind of depends on the track. At this track it doesn't really matter because you can make and lose so much time in the corners. At a track like last week, like at Monza Short, where the draft is everything, making a mistake and losing the draft is like so important, and you will lose an entire race if you lose touch of the draft. I'm just doing some quick maths. It is 20 laps now until the race finish, I believe. So anyone who has got less than 20 litres needs to top up. Let's just quickly look through his Falguest and Sam Dumbfinger are fighting. They both have enough fuel. Unorthodox has enough fuel. G has enough fuel. Melted Dazzler, yeah. So sadly, I don't think we're going to be treated to anyone mistakenly running out of fuel. Let us go on board with Falguest here as he is chasing down Sam Dumbfinger, who is sponsored by UFB. UFB. Or that might be IUFB, and they made the I part of the U, which is, you know, that's some extremely smart branding, I must say. Noted for that one. But Falga's chasing down Sam Thumbfinger, who currently has the net lead right now. As he's kissing his bumper. Oh, as they both go very wide there. But Sam just loses so much time, and Dan is even going to make the position up there on him. Lovely racing from those guys. Lovely racing from all the boys, I must say. But Falgas has now taken the net lead. Falgas, then Unorthodox, then Sam. As we are nearly halfway through this event right now. Sam Thumbfinger making a lovely move up there on the inside of Unorthodox. But Unorthodox holding that position back, getting the switchback to work. The only G is caught right up to the back of Sam Thumbfinger. G really has a busted up windshield. That is quite an aggressive move there. Very elbows out here in these Clio Cups from the only G, as he just about gets that move done. But they're still going side by side. Sam can still get his own back, but you know, G's gonna have the inside line. So will G be a bully or not? No, G is not a bully. He does not get his elbows out anymore. Sam drops down into provisional P4, I believe that is. But is he going to try and hang around the outside? No, he's not. He's seen what G did. He's not going to replicate that. As Bubbles is now in to make his mandatory pit stop. As I'm just seeing in the comments now, it's your boy Mike saying Vligric does a Bottas. All jokes. I'm not sure what that is in reference to, but I know what it's about. I just didn't see it to make the joke. Unorthodox looking up the inside of Falgas's. Bubbles has made huge amount of time. Bubbles is now with the lead pack. Bubbles is in with a chance of getting the race win here technically now. So Bubbles really made the overcut work. I believe he was down in like 10th, and now he's up to 6th. So amazing overcut there from Bubbles right now. Truly commendable right there. But these guys all neck and neck, as I just see. Just before that, Unorthodox is going side by side with the only G through the last few corners. Are they going to get elbows out? Are they going to touch? No, they're not going to touch. Dan cuts across the corner a wee bit. I just see a message there from Ollie. Another blinding race tonight again. Epic driving, some questionable, but that's what adds to the excitement. Yeah, there's always going to be accidents. You never know what's going to happen. As Dan is looking up the inside of Falgas. Dan's taking the lead into the corner, but they touch. G is looking up the inside now. G makes the corner work as well. G goes on to 2 wheels temporarily. But no, he's lost that position again. And Sam is also he's making it 3 wide. They're going to push Falgas to hang around the outside and air him, but doesn't matter. Falgas drops back a wee bit. Sam is up into 4th. G is up into 3rd. Or 2nd even, because Ron is still yet to make his mandatory pit stop. I wonder, is he coming in this lap? And yes, he is coming in to make his mandatory pit stop. As G has absolutely abused his car in this race. Don't know why he's been up to. He's just been in so many accidents. It's just not where he wants to be if he wants to have any chance. As Dan is now taking the lead going into the final 14 laps. We're in the final 14 laps here, and Dan is taking the lead. I wonder, can Dan get another race win to be tied with the most race wins of 2 with MotoringMorgan? But G is going to be fighting him down. G didn't get to race in the last race, so we never got to see G in the dry at this track. So this is his one chance to beat Dan here in the dry at the Red Bull Ring. And Sam is also going to be looking for a podium. I'm going to quickly get up the standings here again just to see what it was, because I once again have a horrible memory. But oh, Falgest makes a lovely move there. It was a wee bit wibbly wobbly, but he got it done. I'm going to get the standings up here, and it is how many? Sam Thumbfinger. If Sam can get up onto the podium, it will be his second podium. Falgest is yet to have a podium. He had a 12th, 6th, and a 12th. So 2 bad races in, well, a 6th place. So I'd call that a decent race. But now he's fighting for a possible podium. But the only G and Dan are fighting for a possible win right now. Dan is my favourite to win. He's had a flawless race this race. G has been in a few accidents. Most of them his own fault. And you can just tell that by looking at the cars. But G is alongside. He's looking up the inside, but no, he falls back in behind. Dan is going to lead. G spins it. Oh, but he's just about saved. That was a lovely save there from G. G very nearly just binned it and lost any chance of getting a race win here. I'm not sure if that was dirty air or just on the curb or what. I'm just watching it back on the stream, and it just seems he just lost the rear end. I don't know what that was. Maybe it was the dirty air. I'm not sure how much dirty air these things throw up. But he's abusing the suspension going through that corner. And Falgest just gets a much better exit. Falgest is going to have the inside. He's going to leave G out to dry. But G is going to try the switchback. But it's just not going to work. Falgest covers off the inside on the switchback. This race for the lead has been absolutely amazing to watch. But you know what? Let's quickly go show some love to these other guys, as Valigrek and Craig are going battling side by side through there. Quickly we saw. As that is Craig going very wide onto the grass. As the only G and Falgest are going side by side down the main straight. The only G is taking the lead back. Falgest is going to be fighting him though. Falgest is going to have the outside line. G likes to abuse that inside corner, and it does slow him down a lot, as he actually goes over it perfectly this time. So that is a perfect exit from G. But that's not going to stop Falgest from trying to make the move, because he will have the draft. But no, G hangs Falgest out to dry this time. And Sam Thumbfinger is going to follow G through, but he's just not going to have enough speed to catch up. These cars, they're all the exact same. The only different thing that they have is the setups that these drivers work really hard on to try and just be the fastest out of the corner. Acceleration is the most important thing in these cars. And just a reminder, if you drink Sun X Energy, it will give you a guaranteed 5 extra horsepower as G goes very wide. I wonder, is G struggling with tire wear now, as we're coming into the final 10 laps right now of this Austrian GP round 2 of the Sun X Energy SimZone Clio Cup Season 1 Round 1 Project Cars 2. I think I've said everything. But this battle for the podium is really heated up. Dan is going to be wanting to get the win just to cement his first place, but G is also going to want that win after he lost just a whole load of points. He didn't even score a single point last race because he didn't even start the race. So we can't even give him a point for DNFing because he didn't even start. So he's going to want to claw as many points as possible and just hope that at some point Dan can't race. But they're going side by side through the final few corners. G is going to have the outside line, and ooh, but no, Dan just holds it off, and Falgest is going to have the inside line. Falgest takes the inside line. G is going to try the switchback. I'm not sure if it's going to work. It's definitely not going to work there. He is going to, as I itch my nose, he's going to be alongside for the inside corner. Is he going to bump across that curb as usual? No, he actually goes across the property. It's Falgest that bumps across it, and Sam Thumbfinger gets a lovely exit out of the corner there. And they've crashed. That's a huge crash. G comes off the least worst. Falgas and Sam both go off the track majorly, and that's just giving a huge lead to Unorthodox. And G now also has clear air, and he's not going to be given the draft to these guys. Wow, that was caught perfectly on stream. There might be a report for that. Not sure whose fault that was. I'm just going to look back at it again. It seems, just watching back on it, Sam just got sandwiched. Falgas tried to turn right. G ended up cutting across. Oh, that might be a penalty for G, I think. It definitely looks like it. Possible penalty for G coming up, which is not going to help his championship battle at all. But there's only 5, 6, 7. There's only 8 laps left, and he's got to gain a second and 5 tenths, which actually he's doing. He gained 3 tenths there in one straight line. As actually, I'm saying that now he's lost a whole load amount of time. So, and actually penalties are coming in. I'm just after seeing Sam as a penalty now, as he's battling G for position, and Falgas has also caught up. So these three are back at it again. Sam has a 1 second time penalty. Bubbles has a 5 second time penalties. That is quite crazy from Bubbles. Falgas and Sam Thumbfinger going side by side through turn 1. Sam Thumbfinger makes it work beautifully. G, he's not pulling out a gap that he really wants. Falgas is fighting back from Sam, and he makes it work. Sam is I think Sam is just going to settle in. He's not going to be able to get a second on these guys. These guys are all just so tightly packed together and just fighting with each other, and just have such a good slipstream on each other that they're not going to be able to pull a second away from each other. And that's just allowing Dan away in clean air on lap 28 of 35. Lap 29 of 35. So only 6 more laps to make any moves. And I think Sam's fate has been sealed for a 4th place. So it's up to G and Falgas to see who is going to finish where on the podium. I think Dan is taking the win. And you know, the more I talk about it, the more likely someone's going to have a huge off. Let us give some love to some of the further back boys, as Piopni is chasing down Grandad Stee. I will be keeping an eye on this race though. And as I say that, they're actually neck and neck, I believe, again. Falgas chasing the only G. I wonder, is Falgas going to try anything here? Or is he just going to hope G goes across the bump? And G goes very wide. Falgas goes very wide. Sam goes very wide. They all go very wide. Falgas is going to look up the inside, but no, to no avail. It's not going to work. So this battle for 2nd place is still heated between these two. Sam just needs to stick on to the back of these guys and just keep pulling away from Kurt. I believe that is. Yes, Kurt. So, oh, the only G has a time penalty. The only G has a 1 second time penalty. So that gives Sam the possibility of getting a podium now, and that's just handed Falgas the 2nd place on a silver platter. As they're coming in to start the 4th final lap, the 4th lap from the end. Sam Thumbfinger has a huge chance now of getting a position from G, as he just does not want to stop for those slowdowns. So G is now hoping that Falgas can get a time penalty, but Falgas just needs to keep his nose clean. He doesn't need to be the fastest. He just needs to keep ahead of Sam and keep behind G, and he will be splendidly fine for a 2nd place podium position here at the Red Bull Ring, and they've caught up to Dan. They've caught up to Dan big time. As they're just overtaking McGlenn there. Dan has lost a whole load of time to this chasing pack. But Falges just needs to keep his nose clean. Like I've said, Dan just needs to keep his nose clean and keep ahead of Falges, and he'll be fine. It doesn't matter what these two are doing, what G and Sam are doing. And Sam nearly spinning it, losing quite a bit of time there, getting very loosey-goosey, nearly out of the, not the DRS zone. But yeah, you get me, the draft zone. As there's not really much happening right now apart from Sam has dropped right off the back. Falges knows he doesn't need to make the move, and Falges, I think Falges just knows he's not going to be able to get Dan in the final few laps, so he's just going to settle for second place. I know if I was Falges, I'd still probably go for the move. But yeah, let's quickly take a look at time penalties. So G 1 second time penalty, Sam 1 second time penalty, Maltadazzler 3, Veligric 1, Grandad Steve 1, Bubbles 7. And Piopni, Charlie and McGlenn all have 1 second worth of time penalty. And G is now hounding the back of Dan. G, oh, if G takes out Dan, that is going to be scenes right there. But Dan is going to have the inside line. G is going to try and go around the outside, but Dan is just hanging him out there to dry. Ooh, and G spun. Ooh, but G has saved it once again. Lovely save there from G. And that has just promoted Falges to chase down Dan. So they are coming on to the penultimate lap. I am on the edge of my rig right now. I commentate while sitting in my rig. And Falges has got a huge chance now to take this race win from Unorthodox right at the very end. Will he be able to do it? Will he not be able to do it? It is going to come down to the final lap, I think, with that really strong draft going down the main straight. That is the longest straight on the track right now. And also there will be a huge draft coming through here. But he's going to lose a wee bit of time going through the second last and last corner. So Falges really hounding the back of him. If I'm Falges, I'm going to be looking up the inside of the next corner. As G goes very wide there. Very drifty. But Falges going to be right behind Dan. Let's go on bumper cam right now. He's not close enough at all to make a position right now. He's going to hope Dan has a horrendous... He's looking on the outside. No, he thinks better. He's going to try and get a better exit. Ooh, he is right behind him. Is he going to be able to get the nose in? Is he going to be... No, Dan covers him off. We are right. He's going to hang him out to dry. Dan is going to hang Falges out to dry. I think this is going to be it. They're on the final lap. G is caught right back up, as I think there was just a DNF there. As we're down to 13 drivers. But it is going to be Dan with the win, I think. Ooh. Falges is showing he's still there. This is still going to come down to the wire. But Dan is going to hold off. Dan is going to be the winner of this race, with Falges fighting valiantly for that second place, with G coming across the line in third place. Sam in fourth. Kurt is going to come across the final corner in 5th place. Delore in 6th. Veligric and Grandad Steve both have time penalties. It is going to be Grandad Steve, then Veligric, because of time penalties, I believe. Nope, it is going to be Veligric, Grandad Steve, Craig, Piopni, Charlie and Maltadazzler are, and McGlenn are still fighting. Oh, I know, sorry, that's just Charlie and Maltadazzler. And it's going to finish in that order. So that has been an amazing 3 races, guys. It is going to be Unorthodox leading the championship with 2 race wins to his name now. It is Falgast in second in this race, and the Only G in third after missing out on the second race. That was an amazing race. Make sure you tune in for the rest of the season on Tuesday. If you like what you see, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you join the Discord. And I think that's everything. I'd like to thank SanX Energy for sponsoring us, and also thank all of our patrons once again, and for everyone who watched. My name is Killian. I am signing off until next week. Goodbye.